Okay, this is weird and kind of grayed, but there's my face. I actually added my face to this recording, and I'm realizing this might be a little echoey, but oh well. I'm in the library in one of the study carols, and I apologize for the lateness of this welcome video for you guys. There's still, believe it or not, a few people who haven't logged on to the course yet, so I'm going to just open another tab on my computer and go to Delgado's homepage and point out that right here is where you get to our course. It's in Canvas. So you want to click on that. Then it's going to ask you, of course, to log in. It's the same credentialing you used for Lola to register for classes. So it should be your full name and whatever complicated password you chose. And these pretty much reset every semester, and what a lot of us have been doing is making our password the same for both our email and our Lola, which also is our Canvas. If you're using the Wi-Fi on campus, it's your email credentialing, so your username for your email is different, right? Where for Lola, it's pretty much, for most people, your whole name might have some numbers. So then I'm going to go ahead and click over to Canvas, and then once you're in Canvas, it takes you pretty much to your dashboard, which right now they're blasting students and us with information, because this is the way that they're trying to contact us, since most people don't check their email. Later on, these blocks might just show up, or depending on how you have it set, you might just see your recent activity board. One of the things I like about these blocks is that you can actually, change the name of your courses and the colors if you want. And I do this because when I click on courses, now it's things that make sense to me, because you'll see I have two sections of the lecture that meet face-to-face, and of course I put what days and times in this semester so I can keep track, and you guys, and my two lab sections and some other courses that I have access to. To set these up, I don't know if you guys have to do the same as for me, but you have to click it in your to make it part of your favorites, so the first time you click. Otherwise, I think it just gives you this whole big list, and as you can see for me, that's a lot. So I like to pare it down to this nice easy list to navigate. So I'm going to go ahead and click on our class, which I have it set up to come into the home activities page, and what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go to my student view so that the course looks like it does for you guys without all these control features. So this is what it looks like for you guys. At home page, you'll have recent activity. This is great because it'll give you things you need to do. I did the agreement already, so you'll see I already have a grade too, and so I'll click over to that in a moment. The next tab down, or page, is the Course Syllabus, which is a Canvas generated thing, and so some people have been getting confused in the past, and I hadn't really used this page that much, not until a couple of semesters ago, since I learned how to make it useful. So this is not the syllabus for the course, right? And so all the materials are under the modules, and of course I have my information right up front, and a link to the announcements page. This is an important page that you should check daily if you're not already set your notifications in Canvas to get them emailed to you, which is another issue. Students don't check their preferred email with Delgado. Either it's your Delgado email or something else you chose when you registered at Delgado, and they're expecting you to check that preferred email. You can't change that. When you went through the admissions process, whatever you picked is what you picked. That's that for that. So hopefully you still have access to that email if you didn't pick a Delgado email. So I even put my picture here, right? Because most of you guys don't ever see me again other than this video, unless you come in for testing, which you don't have to do, and that's the first thing I'm going to want to go over is an announcement I just sent out. But the last thing on this page is that I actually link these to the actual modules. Since everything is under modules, sometimes you have to scroll down the entire page to get to what you're working on. So I set these up so they'll go right straight to these major modules within the course, or in this case, the questions discussion board, which can be really helpful. And I've been pretty good about keeping up on this already, although there haven't been too many questions. But definitely if you have questions, check there first, because someone else may have already asked it and even answered it before you even email me. And then what it does, it just lists all the stuff that have dates assigned to it in an order, which can be helpful for students as well. So now I'm going to click on that announcements link, make sure it's working. Ah, crap, not. Okay, I will fix that. I'll just hit my back button. So we'll actually click the announcements right there, and I will fix that link. I apologize for that. Okay, so I usually check most of my links. All those other ones I checked. Figures that one I didn't. So I just posted this, and I also posted this as a document in the course under syllabus and stuff. So there's special testing situations, right, that are mandated by my boss as to what you guys have to do for testing. And his rule is 1 face-to-face test during the semester and proctored, excuse me, and the final exam has to be proctored. So what I do for the ease of myself as well as my students is I do the proctored exams during midterm and finals, because there's a group of us that have gotten together and we volunteer to proctor all the online exams on City Park campus, and they do this on the other campuses too. But you can't use West Bank because they don't use the software you need for testing in my class. You can go to Sidney Collier, though they're a small campus. During finals last time they only had 1 day for like 2 hours. So City Park, right, you're going to be making a trip potentially to City Park, because your other option is, if you want to pay the money, you can use ProctorU, and you'll notice right here in the course there's a link to ProctorU. I just set up all those exams in there today. That creates an extra level of setup and complication for me, which has been confusing for my students. So that's why I'm starting out with this. So first off, you've got to complete the agreement and the introduction discussion board before the 14th day of classes. And actually, I think I put the deadline on those for the 30th, the day before. Because if you don't complete that, you don't log on to Canvas at all, you'll get dropped. If you don't complete these 2 assignments, both of them, I'll be contacting you, and I'll probably drop you from the course if I can't contact you before that day, because I've got to drop students that aren't participating in the course by that day. Otherwise, I get in trouble, and I don't like getting in trouble. So exam 1's already up. In putting together the other exams, I screwed up and deleted this one today. And so then you might have saw it reappear. Fix that. I don't know how I did that, but I did. So this is available now. You have until February 12th until midnight to do it. This one you can take at home using the Respondus Lockdown browser with your webcam. Although you have the option for all tests to make an appointment with me and come take it in my office. I would suggest for this one to try and complete it earlier than that deadline if you can, because Mardi Gras is coming up, right? And some people are really involved with Mardi Gras, and that's going to really hurt you come test 2. Test 2 has set dates because this is the one I choose to have you guys come in during midterm to take it. So the on-campus proctoring on City Park campus typically ends that Saturday during midterm, which for this semester is March 11th at 2 p.m. And so that's a week after Mardi Gras, right? It is what it is. We can't control Mardi Gras. I bet some of us wished we could. So the probable dates will be that Wednesday, the March 8th to the 11th. They haven't posted the schedule yet, but I wanted to try and give you guys kind of an idea. They shut down the open lab on City Park campus, the one in Building 2, the far back of campus where you went for admissions and financial aid and bursar and things like that. It's on the east side, which is facing City Park, and it's on the 2nd floor. And it's a big, huge glass room, and it's a whole bunch of computers. It's the open lab, so other than during these testing times when they shut it down, it's open to students. And I think one of the things they're blasting you guys about right now on our main dashboard, oops, I guess when I'm in my student mode, it's not letting me go there for some reason. Oh, this thing's not happy. But anyways, I think the open lab schedule is there, but they're pretty much open Monday through Friday. They close, sometime in the afternoon on Friday because no one wants to be here on Fridays. And they do have hours on Saturday, and I don't think Sunday. So let's see. I usually am there that Saturday during testing. I volunteer for the morning shift. Because inadvertently, thanks to my son, I've become a morning person. And so I'm up early, and so I take that time away from my family and actually come in and cover that shift because most instructors don't like to. And I don't want them to take it away, right? I want you guys to have that opportunity. So I make that sacrifice for you guys twice a semester. I come in early on a Saturday for 2 hours to proctor exams. So if you ever want to see me in person, right, running around like a crazy person putting in access codes for people to take their tests, that's when you will see me. Other than, of course, you're always welcome to come by campus and stop by my office. So I know for some people they're really far away or their schedules are really crazy, and even though they stay open, usually that Wednesday and Thursday night, they really just can't get here. And so unfortunately, the service is a paid service, right? Don't ask me to come in at night. I'm with my family. I'm sorry, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to tell you, make arrangements, get here during the testing time. I'm already taking Saturday morning away from them. I'm not going to pick another night to do exam testing for you guys. But for some people, a few students a semester, getting here can be a real issue. I allow you guys to use this paid service, and so I have set all that up today. It's actually ready to go now. You could make your appointment now, and it will be the test. It'll say that the test is available sometime during midterm. I think even earlier than people coming on campus. It's probably something like March 4th, but click the link for ProctorU, figure out when you want to take your test and set all that up. The deadline for ProctorU is also later than the deadline I have set in Canvas, because I set the one in Canvas for the on-campus exams, because most people are going to take it on campus, right? But it will allow you to take the ProctorU version of the test past the deadline that even is written on that test. I don't have it shut down. But I don't like to have too many dates in the Canvas course. It really starts to confuse people. So you also, you have a little bit more access if you use the paid service. Exam 4 this semester, I'm actually moving up. It's not a traditional exam. It's on some case studies. And I moved that date to April 2nd because some people are just forgetting to do it. This material is not on your final exam, and it does not require the use of a lockdown browser. You just take it in Canvas. And so you can look on the internet, you can look at your notes, you can do whatever you want, but you can only open it once and you can only complete that assignment once. Exam 3 is another one that you can take at home, and again, it's available now. You can complete it anytime after exam 2 that you feel comfortable enough with the material that you want to complete that exam. The final exam falls into one where it has to be proctored. So again, during final exams, the final exam will cover the material on exams 1, 2, and 3. And I will actually give you guys a study guide for the first time. I started this last semester, later on in the semester for the final exam. What to focus on. Again, I'm setting the deadline to what it usually is here, which will be Saturday, the Saturday day for finals, which is May 6th at 2 p.m. You have to use Lockdown Browser when you come on campus. So that's the reason, I don't know if I said it before, that you guys have to come to City Park or Collier and you can't go to West Bank, because West Bank, this software is not compatible with other software they have, and they're not willing to make the switch. So it is what it is. So you've got to come here, or maybe to Sydney Collier. Again, just to give you an idea of some of the dates, it's a little bit more during finals. We do Tuesday, but we do not do Wednesday because that's reserved for math exams. Then we start back up on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We have exams in that open lab in Building 2 on the 2nd floor. All you need is a photo ID. And know, of course, that you're taking the exam for my class, right? Biology 210, online. And you'll show your ID, you'll check in before it closes, right? Once the close time, like whatever it is, if that day it's 5 o'clock, they're not going to let you in after 5 o'clock. But then once you enter at 5 o'clock, you have an hour to complete your exam, okay? They've done that where the close times is when they stop taking IDs. Because students, for some reason, would come at 6 o'clock and think they could start an exam then. It's like, no, we're closing. So students get kind of confused about that. And so I just wanted to give you a heads up on that. Any picture ID that's a valid picture ID, doesn't have to be your Delgado ID, will work for all testing. But they will not let you in without a photo ID. So don't forget that. That's the only thing you need to come take tests. And they'll be on the computer. You'll click on Lockdown Browser. So those of you guys that haven't done that yet, it looks like this right here as the icon for that program. And it's on those computers in that computer lab. You just click on it. It takes you right to Canvas. I won't click on it now because it will kick me out of this program because you can't have anything else running on the computer. It takes you right to Canvas. You log in. You click on the exam, and then the proctor will put in the code for you to be able to take that exam. So let's see. So that schedule, that detailed schedule, once I get it posted, I'll post it under modules under syllabus and stuff. So I want to go ahead and go to the modules now. Right, so right here is a little welcome, and I'm going to add the link to this video. Here's the link to the questions discussion board. Here is my schedule. And let's see, I always have to make it big. Full screen, there we go. So you'll see, right, I have you guys right here. You're not on my schedule, you're all the time. And I have 2 sections of the face-to-face class this semester, Monday, Wednesday, and Tuesday, Thursdays. And so that's why, you know, it's really important when you guys email me or you text me, you tell me what class you're in, right? Don't just say microbiology. That's all I do is microbiology. You didn't tell me which one, right? And then I teach 2 labs as well. And you'll notice I don't even have anything on my Friday schedule, but right now, right here, I'm on campus. I'm usually on campus most days from 8 to 3. I drop my kid off at school, you know, so then I come here. So I'm pretty much available Monday through Friday unless I've got something else going on. So that's why I was able to hide away in the library today, partly because the fire alarm went off in Building 1 where my office is, so I could do this recording for you guys. So this is my Google number. It rings my cell phone and my office, and you can text me at it, but just make sure you tell me who you are and what class you're in. I'm not going to add you to my address book, so each time you text me, you got to tell me who you are, unless you become a super texter. Then I might add you and delete you at the end of the semester. So why I'm staring at this one that's actually irritating me. Usually these notifications don't bug me. I'm going to go ahead and click on this. It brings me to one of the points that I wanted to say earlier. Because of allowing you guys to use ProctorU, you'll notice that the final exam is listed twice, as well as exam 2 is listed twice. If you're taking it on campus, as it says, this is the link that you'll be clicking on. If you're using ProctorU, you need to click on this link because it does not utilize Respondus. Now for test 2, I let you see your results. So after you take it, say using ProctorU, you are going to have to use Respondus to look at your results for this particular exam. Only one of these will count. You can't take it twice, right? I'll know which one you took first and I'll enter a 0 for the other one. But of course, why would you pay and come onto campus? That would be crazy. So this does summaries. There's one assignment I haven't really turned on yet. It's my end of the course survey because I haven't developed the questions that I want to ask you. This I always deploy after once final exams have started, and I usually ask you to please don't complete it until you've completed the final exam. It's just a few questions about the course to get you to reflect back on it. And a lot of times I'll ask questions related to the final exam. Well, if you've not taken the final exam, then you can't give me feedback on that particular question. And I give you points if you look at the syllabus for actually doing that. So I meant to put a comment here and I forgot to. But there are little boxes that will show up here next to different assignments, like the introduction assignment. This one actually has a rubric associated with it, so the rubric will show up, and if you lost points, you could see how you lost points. I'm also able to comment, and you're able to comment. Those of you guys that are doing picture IDs and stuff right now, you don't have to put your name here, right? I know who you are by the picture you're putting that I could hopefully read, but also because you're in your account, so it's gonna say your name. So you don't need to write anything here unless there's something else you need to say about something. But so if you have, if you're confused about a particular aspect of a particular assignment, why you got a particular grade, this is one place where you could put comments, and one place that I'll put comments, and depending on how you have your notifications set up in Canvas, you will get it also emailed to your preferred email. So for me right now, I have it whenever a student comments. So I'm getting a lot of comments right now from IDs that just say your name or something like that. Don't do that, and actually attach the file in the assignment itself. So maybe I'll click on that assignment just to give you guys an idea. Let's go to modules. And photo ID for testing. And the reason why I have you guys do this is because a lot of times it doesn't show up well on your webcam, and I can't read it. And if I can't read it, then I don't know you are who you are. Where if you send me a nice clear picture at the beginning of the semester, then I have that on file, and as long as it pretty much looks the same but I can't read it, it's fine when I look at your recording. So you hit submit assignment, and notice right here that you can upload a file. So hopefully you've taken a picture with your webcam or something like that. Do save the file as your name. That does make it a little bit easier for me in tracking things, but you don't necessarily have to do that. So I'll actually do right now the picture I took today, look, right? But I should have put, right, well, let me change, it won't let me change the file name here. I would have had to change it previously. So there's all the buttons I put in the course too to help you guys out, or some of them. So I'm just going to click open, and there it is, right? I don't need to comment, I can just hit submit, and that's all you need to do, and I'll get it. So of course that's not my photo ID, it's my picture, but you know, just to give you an idea. So let me go back to modules, right? Everything's in modules. So this is the Syllabus Addendum, which goes over all the major stuff you need to know for the course. I'm not going to bore you guys with going through that. This is just like I said, and in that other announcement, tests 1 and 3, you can take it home using Respondus Lockdown Browser with your webcam. These are instructions for during the exam. This is where you're entering your photo ID for testing. This is the instructions for the downloading the Lockdown Browser, and you're going to want to do this anyways, even if you don't plan on doing testing at home and you want to come in, because you're going to need this to review your tests at home. So this is free to you guys. You click this link, right? And if you need the Mac version, you click on I need the Mac version. It'll even take you through the steps. I've got different links here to help you out if you've never installed stuff on your computer before, right? Things that will be helpful. Let's see if it'll let me move my face. I want to click on the next button to just go ahead and go to the next thing down on the list. Okay. Oh, you can even do a webcam check, right? So some people in the past were having trouble with their webcams. So I added that link from Respondus for you guys. And so we're just flipping through the module. So you can do a test run, and I suggest that you do this as if you were really taking a test, right? And so that you can get a feel for it beforehand. You can do this as many times as you want. It's not for a grade, right? It's 0. And so here it is, right? I know it's 0 points, and I ask you questions and I give you tips and stuff, and I have pictures that give you an idea of how exam conditions should be at your house when you're taking an exam. Now, of course, this requires Respondus Lockdown Browser, so if I click on this right now, it's not going to let me take it. It's actually probably even going to tell me, right, that it requires this to please launch that. So we will back out of that, and we will just go to the next thing. And this is the agreement, and everyone needs to do this too. So again, if you really don't want to, but it's going to be in your best interest to do so, download the Respondus Lockdown Browser onto your computer because you need it to do this. And the reason why I make you have to have this program for this assignment is so that you guys understand that this is a very important program that you need for this course. And so reviewing your exams is an important part of this course, and you're probably going to want to do that at home. Even if you come in for testing in my office because you don't like having yourself recorded or any other reason, right, that you prefer to do on-campus testing, you're still going to want this program, right? So I make sure that you guys either have access to it, which, as you know, right, that open lab on the 2nd floor in Building 2 has it, as well as the Hibernia Center, which is in Building 1 where I'm at. It's a really nice computer lab next to Einstein Bagels that also has that lockdown browser program. And it's also near my office, so swing by and say hi if you are going to just go on campus and complete that. So I already did it. I got my 5 out of 5 points. There's actually 10 questions. Not all of them have points. And you can even see, I think, your responses if you click here. Yeah, click here to view results. And so for your exams too, there's going to be a link like that after you take your exam that you can click on, and it'll let you review your results. It's never going to show you the correct answers. I'm not doing that. But of course, remember, you need Lockdown Browser, which I can't do because I'm recording. So you can't see anything just yet. All right, so I'm going to go back to modules, and that's the end of that module. Oh, no, except for the introduction, which I already did as me, not as my test student, right? So that's worth 10 points, and wow, we've got 52 responses already. This is awesome. Right here is the rubric, and basically if you follow instructions, if you copy your result, you explain your results, and you reply to 1 and 2 classmates, you'll get all 10 of your points when I grade it. Now, I have to grade it. I wish the computer could do it for me, but it doesn't. But actually, I look forward to reading these for you guys. So if you haven't already watched my grading discussion board link under the syllabus and stuff module, here's a quick tip for you. Like right now, everything is opened. You can shrink it up and just see who's done initial posts in like the first line of their initial post. So wow, that's a lot of people. This is good. And you can see who has replies, and you just click the down arrow, right? And you can see who replied to Nicole, right? So, try and pick somebody who hasn't gotten a reply yet when you got to do your 2 replies too, so nobody feels left out, okay? So, nobody replied to me, that's fine. I'd rather you reply to your classmates than me. In fact, I probably should put that I don't count. But for your initial response, you put your response right here under the discussion board, right? I'm going to cancel that. Right, and then when you're replying to somebody, you have to actually click on their post, and at the bottom of their post, you can click reply. So we just have a couple of discussion boards, but I think sometimes, again, just to make it easier and quicker for navigation, notice I left that navigation there for you guys. So we have our questions discussion board that's going all semester long, right? I don't think I have any new ones on here since I was wondering if the book is completely necessary. Oh, this is a great one to answer right now. We can print out. Okay, so my PowerPoints you already have, and the objectives, which I'll get to in a moment. You're going to have the book whether you want it or not, because everybody has to at least buy Wileyplus. And with Wileyplus, the assignments comes the ebook, right? Which is one of the things I'll show you guys. So I'll actually type an answer to that in a moment. But we'll have the introduction one that's going on right now, and then we're going to have 2 other discussion boards throughout the semester a little bit later. I'm not deploying them early because people start doing them too early, and then they forget to come back to do their replies. So I'm actually waiting to post those. So back to our modules, and so that's the first one. So the next is Wileyplus. So this is a video actually of how to download the materials I just talked about, and how to sign up for Wileyplus. Compatibility can be an issue, right? So that's what this link is for. So actually signing up to Wileyplus, you click one of these 2 links, and for me, of course, it's just going to go into my stuff. But this is basically your link to the book, right? Once the first time you go through that registration process. And it's going to link you out on a separate web page. I have separate web pages open up as separate tabs in my thing. Oh, I guess because I am in student mode, it's asking me to accept. I've never done this before. So this is what you guys will do the first time. You hit accept, right? And if you buy the book at the bookstore and you get a code, you can put that in here. Some students prefer that. They want a physical copy of the book. You can purchase instant access, which is only $55, and this does include the ebook, right? So everyone, like I said, is going to have at least access to the ebook. Right now, you can try it out for 14 days for free, right? So you just click Begin Grace Period, and then you go into Wileyplus, and then, of course, after the 14 days, it's going to tell you you've got to pay for it, right? And so right here, you can register, and it'll take you back to that. So here's the book, right? You just flip through the different chapters, even the different sections within the chapter, even different objectives, book objectives. These are a little bit different than what I have, but I tried, towards the end of the course, I really match real well with the actual book. You can get to podcasts, other things that are linked to things like ebook, practice quizzes. These aren't for points, this is just book content. This one doesn't have, where's the animations? Oh, some of them are just, animations, there they are. Right, this is a really good one, the classification system one. But these are embedded in the chapter as well, so like when you go through, so this is exactly what the book looks like, right? And I'm trying to remember where that one is. I thought it was back here when we talk about domains and whatnot. Oh, yeah, there it is. Right there. Classification. Right there. So you could click on it and it would take you to it. I'm not going to bother doing that right now. But that, from now on, wherever you hit Read, Study, Practice, right, it'll take you to the ebook with all the cool stuff that comes with that as well. As far as the assignments go, as it says right here for you guys, I'm going to link the individual assignments in the course so that the gradebook links, and so you see both in both places. So I'll show you in the gradebook. But what I've done to the titles is I've added Wiley to the front of it, so hopefully that helps with any confusion this semester. So there's those Wiley assignments, right, there. And I've deployed all the ones for the first module. I wanted to make sure everything was working before I went through. It's a lot of steps to add this for the other modules. The other thing is the other two modules aren't up yet. I want to tweak some of the documents that go along with that and make it more streamlined for you guys. And I'll be working on that over the next week, so it'll definitely be done by next weekend. So let's see, modules. And so there's the assignment links in Module 1 right there. Like I said, they all say Wiley. I even went ahead and put the test link right there. And the next is the syllabus and stuff. So this is the departmental syllabus, all the general stuff for each biology class. Here's information about the textbook, right? The different options that you have that I just went over, basically, with just a little bit more about how to, if you wanted to, say, order it even through the bookstore and then come pick it up. You can do that too. So how much is it at the bookstore to get the physical copy, which also comes with the Wileyplus code, so therefore also has the ebook. So, oh yeah, remember they had it automatically generates used. I don't know why, but the actual cost with tax is $157.14. So it's a little pricey. I know, books are. It sucks. Okay. So there's that. This is that how I grade discussion boards, which I kind of skimmed over in this video. Most people can't find the Canvas help button, right? So this literally is just a picture showing you where it is, and it's really helpful. I use their videos all the time, and actually in one of my other classes I post the discussion board video on how to navigate the discussion board. There. I want to hit next. They keep moving my head. So this is that important state document, right, which is in the announcement I just posted. So if you wanted to, say, print it out, you could have that. And you can write all over it. So this is the first module, right? And these are your objectives, these are your study guides, right? So what I expect you to be able to do, I expect you to be able to define the science of microbiology and describe, right? I expect you to describe how co-postulates would use to establish the link between a suspect organism and a disease, right? So these are things that you'll even see in your homework, right, in Wileyplus, and of course you'll see on the exam. Sometimes there are some objectives that aren't on the exam, and so I'll usually write that. So I'm going to minimize that. Here's the PowerPoint, right? You can download it by clicking this link. And I think even when you click this link, it does, yeah, it does where you can download it, or you could view it right in Canvas. The animations won't work if I have some animations to it, but there you can see, right, all the information. All those objectives are gone over in the PowerPoints. And then, so minimize. And then I give you tips on, you know, where exactly to read in the chapters in the book as well. And helpful things like, you know, filling out this table, see if you actually know that information. And then the next link I have for you are all my recorded lectures from last semester. So this was a class that met 3 times a week, so they're about 40-minute lectures because it was a 50-minute class. It's quite a few of them, right? But I highly suggest watching these. They all link out to YouTube just like this one does. And these will really help you out. As I said, students in the past really like this. They feel like they didn't miss out on getting to take a class on campus. And, you know, the way I explain things and the additional things that I say can really help you understand and grasp these objectives. Now you'll notice I have a YouTube channel. The lights just went out on me. This is one of those rooms where, okay, I'm not going to bother with it. The lights go out, so I'm actually going to, although it looks like this adjusted, I think I'm going to just turn this off. Bye-bye face. Okay. It's not actually hiding it. I don't know, we'll see. Okay, you can subscribe and you'll get my newest lectures, and I actually have 2 sections, so there's going to be 2 lectures a week of pretty much the same thing. So you can follow a particular class if you want. You can see all my past ones. And just note that, you know, assignments and stuff sometimes change for you guys, and I'm actually trying something new. In my lecture class, I'm doing polling using a free program called Poll Everywhere. I'm not making my students buy clickers. I think that's ridiculous. Everyone's got a cell phone. Everyone has a cell phone that can at least text. So those questions that I'm going to start using to poll my students, I might actually post for you guys as practice quizzes, so 0-point quizzes, but just a little something extra to help you guys out. So as I said, modules 2 and 3 I'm still tweaking. I want them to be as pretty as 1. But 4, you know, is not on the final. It's the case studies, so that one I already have up for you. And most students don't actually read these instructions. This is instructions. These are things you actually want to look at. So the Listeria case study is the only one you're going to do on your own, truly on your own. You're going to read the materials and then answer the questions in the assignment. The other 5 you'll see here, I have recordings for them. So no recording for Listeria, that's on your own. And then once you've reviewed all this material, compiled it in an organized way, you can do exam 4. So you can do that now, right, up until April 4th. And you don't need the lockdown browser. It's right in Canvas. I have PowerPoints that I show in these videos that are also in this. So I won't click through the module. Let's actually go back to the module. So I'm going to hit the back button. And one more time. I wish they would do the navigation via the modules, but they don't do that. For the crumb trail up here. Right, you can't click on this. It's kind of annoying. Okay, so there's the instructions. So here's the stuff for the Listeria case study. Here's the questions. Here's the case study itself. Here's even a book that you can use as reference to try and answer these questions. And then there's that actual assignment. And I even put it before the test date. Oh no, test date is April 2nd. I was saying 4th. Oh, I know why I keep saying the 4th. The 4th is the drop date. It's the last day you can withdraw from courses on campus and still get a W. That's why that date's important. So there are 5 of these case studies. So there's the Listeria one you got to do on your own. No, there's, how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total. 5 you got to do on your own. 1 you got to do on your own. 5 you can watch the recorded lectures. So for each one, again, there's the actual case study. So this one was called Hand Washing ABCs, which makes sense when you think about Shigella. Here's the actual PowerPoint, and here's probably from a book for you to reference. And so there's a link to the test as well as I have it in the tests module for a quick reference. And so this is about reviewing for exams. Like I said, you do need the Respondus lockdown browser to actually review your exams. Let's see, 1, 2, and 3. And then final exam, remember you have the options. So modules 2 and 3 forthcoming. And if you have questions, remember, questions discussion board. I'm going to actually close this out and go answer that question. I'm here if you need me. Call, text, email, questions discussion board. Please don't sit confused and alone, right? I'm here to help you.